Hey, what's up, everybody? CreekWater Cody coming back at you out in the field with another gear guide video. Today I was going to go over survival kit for a emergency bug out situation. It's my fish, hunt, and snare kit. As you can see, I've got everything spread out across the camp table. It all fits in this little Crown Royal bag I just happen to have. All this stuff was kind of stuff laying around the house. I didn't go out and buy anything specific, just junk I had in drawers. I just put together a kit for the purposes of this video. Bug out scenario, your 3 days worth of food runs out. You might have to bag you a squirrel or a bunny rabbit or something like that. So we're going to take a look at some implements without using a firearm. One thing in lieu of a firearm I do like is a nice pellet gun. Keep a CO2 powered Gammo air pistol. Bullets are finite in a situation that you can carry. But I can carry, this is 500 rounds right here. 500 rounds, a few cartridges of CO2, and just a small, this is actually a camera case, but my holster, and my pistol can all be mounted to the belt. Good work in conjunction with the bag. It's a good one, it's quiet, it's enough to take down small game, bug out scenario. You might not want to be giving away your location, even with a shot from a 22, you can be in total silence. Some people can't own firearms, that's an excellent alternative as well. Let's get into some other alternatives. Old school, Crossman slingshot. These things usually draw about 30-35 pounds, standard. This is actually a Daisy power line. I think it's 35 pound. It's got a pretty good snap to it. Enough to pop you a squirrel, something small. I generally fire a little 1/4 inch stainless steel shot. You can shoot them one at a time like BBs, or you can even load the pocket, have a shotgun effect. If you're not exactly David, need a bit of practice with your aim, load them up like a shotgun, you get a nice spray. Speaking of old David, the antique sling. People have been using these things, hunting, waging war with them for thousands of years. Simple operation, really. Put one loop of the string on the end of your finger, put the knot in there, squeeze it with your thumb, get spinning, release with the thumb. Hopefully not into a branch. It's real simple to make. A couple of boot laces, maybe the tongue of your boot, back pocket of your jeans. Simple thing to put together in an emergency situation. Could come in handy. Moving from hunting to snaring. Military surplus tripwire. Do recommend more than doubling this thing up. You probably want to go back and forth 4 times to weave it together, give you some strength. I'm not going to demonstrate that little skill right now. Might come back at you with another video on strengthening up your trip lines. Come really nice for making simple new snares and whatnot. Along with that, little splice cap. You guys might know I'm an electrician. We use these grounding so you can get your loop set. Slide that on there and pinch your loop. It's not going to come loose. Pinching that loop, any other work you might need to do. It's a little mini multi-tool, pliers, screwdrivers, knife blade, saw blade. It's even got a small LED flashlight on it. It's a good pocket item. Moving on with the hardware, a couple of knives. I tried to pick a couple of knives that could easily be made into spears. This one here is one of those full tang steel paracord wrap handles. You can see I've wrapped it a little thicker than necessary to give me a little extra cordage. Nice fat handle, but that could easily be used, just for a bushcraft knife or turn into a spear tip relatively simply. Same goes for this one. Things a little smaller, just a little small boot knife, neck knife. It's nice and small, could easily be lashed to a stick for a spear point. And gigging frogs, maybe a little fish. Speaking of fish, small mini tackle box, shredded up pieces of an old flannel shirt in there. Keep everything from jiggling around. Some hooks. Start with the basics. I keep about a dozen hooks, about six small ones, about 6 medium size. You can catch a big fish on a small hook, but you can't catch a small fish on a big hook. If you catch enough small fish, it's a big meal. Keep a couple of lures. Treble hooks on them, a little shine to them. Just a couple of old key rings, good for rigging snares, lines that you're gonna leave and set. Basic swivels, a few bobbers, like the toenail clippers for cutting fishing line. Also tie wraps. Do some tie wraps in here. Just 3 of them stuck in the middle of some paracord. Good for setting trout lines. Make snares out of them. You know, tie wraps a fix-all. Along with that, about 100 yards. What is that? 8-pound test. 100 yards of fishing line. Setting up lines and whatnot. This little fella, y'all might have seen in my bug out bag video. Like I said, I just stole all this stuff out of existing kits. It's a yo-yo mechanical fishing reel. Set him. Fish hits it and bam. You can see it didn't take much. Take it, pull it out. Let me get him right. Pull it out. Fish hits. He's right back at the reel. Also, one that occurred to me, I keep a gear hammock net. I'm hanging up, you know, equipment in my shelter and whatnot, but it is a net. So, it's obvious survival use there. You know, catching fish. Not going to catch much of an animal with this. It's not very strong string. But it'd probably work in a pinch for a fish trap of some sort. I just kind of threw it in there. But guys, that should give y'all an overview of some ways to obtain some game to feed you and those that are with you in an emergency situation. You know, when the canned food and the MREs run out, comes down to it, maybe you can bag you a squirrel, get a rabbit, good catfish. Hopefully it doesn't come down to this, but that's what prepping's for, right? Look, I appreciate y'all taking the time to check out my hunt, fish, and snare video. This is CreekWater Cody coming at you from the state park in Chesterfield County. Till I see y'all out on the trail on CreekWater Cody, y'all do me a favor, like, share, subscribe. Take it easy.